The 14-year-old astrologer alerted the world of the pandemic months before it even began. A viral video took over the internet in which Abhigya Anand announced a severe danger to the world would happen between November 2019 and April 2020. Today the world wants to know about this genius prophet. Who is this child after all, who had predicted so accurately on Corona and now has told the world about the end of Corona? No prediction of anyone on Corona could be considered true until 6 months from now, because by then 1% of people in the world did not know what coronavirus. And even 4 months before that, someone had recognized the call of Corona. This very special child in India is a 14-year-old boy who is now known astrology-wise of the world. Here's all you need to know about Abhigya Anand. The coronavirus prophecy. Abhigya Anand predicted coronavirus in his YouTube channel on August 22, 2019 that a fight between virus and humans will start in the world from November. He presented an intensive calculation to support his predictions. In his calculation, Anand claimed that the fight there would be the highest on March 31, in the 6 months that this disease would have affected the whole world. However, Anand also claimed that on May 29 the Earth will come out of its difficult period and the disease will decrease. Even before this, Abhigya Anand has been making his prediction on several issues on his YouTube channel, recognizing March 31 as the date of the change in the transcendental bliss. Argues that Moon and Rahu are going to combine in a line with Mars, Saturn, and Jupiter. This will be a fatal addition. According to Anand, Mars and Saturn are considered the most powerful planets in astrology, therefore their strength on the Earth will increase a lot. Moon is considered to be the planet of water and Rahu is the planet of communication, therefore this disease spreads by sneezing and coughing, but after getting out of this yog the effect of this disease on the Earth will decrease. Abhigya Anand, from March 31 on April 1, the world will have a very difficult time. At that time Mars and Saturn merged with Jupiter. Saturn and Rahu meet. Rahu must have been present at the northern end of the Moon to fully stop Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn from being planets outside the Sun. During this time all these things are thrown more power on the Earth. Anand has said that it will dominate. Anand recently released another video for Stopped where he states exactly when we will be freed from this pandemic. The video, which surfaced in August last year, points to a major war. He said that a large number of countries including Iran will suffer heavy losses from November to April this year. It will also affect India. From the economy to aviation services, the world will suffer in every way for the staff. He then mentions a disease. Says, a disease will spread throughout the world which will disturb the whole world, and all the countries of the world including India will definitely have an impact. But it would be possible to win that situation by fighting patiently. A lot of mishaps are coming true. In another video, he says I mentioned war. But the current situation is nothing short of war. He said that a major crisis could come from March 27 to April 2. He also explains astrology. Unfortunately, the time between March 7 and April 7 is not good at all, he tells his viewers. He requested everyone to stay home during this time to stop the virus from spreading. He also suggested eating basil leaves to increase immunity. Use water moderately heated with raw turmeric, cloves, and ginger. The virus will enter the body through the nose and ears. When asked when will this pandemic end, Abhigya Anand said, the epidemic will slowly begin to leave the world from May 27. And one day the virus, coronavirus, will disappear. But after that day the effect will be less. People will start returning to normal life. The video of this video has already been used on social media. Due to the signs of an epidemic last year, many people are also relying on his prediction this time. Early life, parents, bio, and siblings. The youngest astrologer was born in the year 2006, Srirangapatna, Karnataka, India. He was a gifted child. According to his birth year, Abhigya Anand's age is 14 years old as of 2020. His father's name is Anand Rama Subramanyam and his mother's name is Anu Anand. He has a younger sister in the family named Abhigya Anand. He had a sharp retention memory from childhood. He was only 14 years old and completed his post-graduation. Abhigya is not an ordinary child. He completed his schooling at a government school in Srirangapatna Taluk. After that, he joined Divya Jyoti College of Astrology for higher education. He did his post-graduation diploma in Ayurvedic microbiology from the same university. After completing his studies, he started giving lectures. Personal life. Abhigya Anand lives a very low-key life. He does not pay much attention to what the children of his age are inclined to. He spends most of his time finding new and creative things to learn. He likes to play with his sister in his spare time. Moreover, he is always busy preparing lectures. At the age of 14, he did lots of research on planets. He is not in a relationship with anyone. Abhigya Anand spends precious time teaching astrology to his followers and manages to take time to make prediction videos on his YouTube channel. Abhigya Anand had a genius mind by birth. Many people say that he is a godchild. Anand completed his post-graduation at a very early age. At present, he works as a professor and teacher of astrology and other subjects. His lectures are more than 2-3 hours long. Uses over 400 PPT slides for one lecture. When he was only 7 years old, he made his YouTube channel titled Conscience. He started making videos on it. In August 2019, his prediction video on coronavirus went viral. Trivia. He has completed his post-graduation by scoring 96% marks. Abhigya knew over 50 models of cars and 40 different flags at the age of 2.5. Anand gives lectures for 6 months in 80 institutes. Anand made his YouTube channel Conscience at the age of 7. In November 2013, he was honored by Rs 21,000 cash prize for the youngest person to chant the entire Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Is not active on any other social media handles apart from YouTube. He was awarded the top 100 Global Child Prodigies. Abhigya Anand Awards. Bhagavad Gita Award by International Society for Bhagavad Gita 2015. Sloka Pravina Award from Manjushri Arts 2016. Spandan Shri Award from Spandana Trust 2016. Child Prodigy Award from Rotary 2016. Award of Excellence from Lions Club Bangalore. Abhigya Anand Net Worth. The Abhigya Anand net worth is not calculated. He is a young astrologer with great qualifications in Vedic books and Ayurveda knowledge. He is the receiver of big awards and titles in the country. This is not the right time to discuss his wealth and worth. The child is blessed with great skills of astrology and mind presence. His predictions about the Covid-19 crisis in 2020 come to be true. He went to the various universities to offer lecturers on Vedic topics and knowledge. Interesting facts from Anand's life. Took astrology classes at the age of 10. From a very young age, Anand was attracted towards advanced learning of the oldest language in the world, Sanskrit. He used to visit temples in India at the age of 7, and on one such visit noticed an advertisement for astrology classes. At first, there were many concerns regarding Anand's joining the classes as he would not have the necessary knowledge for the class at that age, but he proved himself by being one of the finest students in his class. Tough times in coaching classes. It was a tough time for Anand at the coaching classes as the older classmates grew envious and suspicious of his knowledge. Even though the teacher felt discomfort answering the difficult and persistent questions, it even reached a point where the teacher stopped Anand from asking any questions. Anand did most of his studies at home to avoid bullying at the coaching classes. But things could hold back the genius of Abhigya Anand. He completed his graduation in Vastu Shastra, a Hindu doctrine on the laws of architecture and T's influence. He possesses unwavering focus and perseverance. His initial predictions about the COVID-19 pandemic prove his knowledge in the field. He predicted severe danger to the world, and as we can see has turned true. However, the young prophet has also made major controversial predictions about President Trump which we are yet to see. This child is rich in versatility. Abhigya Anand, originally from Karnataka, is the world's youngest astrologer, architect, and gold value analyst. He is the youngest postgraduate in his special subject, i.e. Ayurvedic microbiology, and similarly the youngest student to complete his bachelor's degree in Vastu Shastra, i.e. graduation. Conscience of video channel. He and his sister have a channel with more than 700 videos, with over 300 videos on astrology, Vastu Shastra, and Ayurveda. He has consulted hundreds of clients around the world on Vastu and astrology. And equally important thing is that there are fans of cognition all over the world who watch their videos regularly. These siblings have 5 million subscribers on their YouTube channel. The youngest postgraduate astrologer in Ayurveda and microbiology. To give you some information on Abhigya and why he was doing the rounds on the internet. This child prodigy, born in 2006 in Srirangapatna, Karnataka, India, is the youngest astrologer in the world. He is truly a God-gifted boy, and his accolades include me in Sanskrit and are the youngest PG in the Ayurveda field. He began to give engaging but long lectures lasting for 2 to 3 hours after completing his studies, and one of his sessions included 400+ PPT slides. His mother introduced him to these topics, so in the journey of Abhigya, she plays an important role. There were many inspiring people that Abhigya came across after that. But his parents more inspired him to pursue this path. A global child prodigy. Abhigya Anand, who has the ability to speak fluently on any topic in the world, has answers to all kinds of questions in every subject, and is one of the best few speakers in the world. He has also been awarded the Global Child Prodigy Award, which is given only to the top 100 child talents in the world. Researching financial astrology. Abhigya Anand is also the youngest researcher in the world at the age of 14, and his research, i.e. PhD, is also a special subject which is financial astrology. In his research for astrology on his YouTube channel, he has presented his research on diabetology. Also, he has completed his Jyotish Ratna, Jyotish Visharada, and Jyotish Vaidyas from DJCA, Mysore. He has done extensive research on planetary transits and their effects on the world. Sanskrit scholar has also been recognized. Abhigya has also studied Sanskrit and postgraduate degree equivalents, and now he also teaches Sanskrit students unpaid. He has completed his literature course, Literature and Advanced Grammar, from the University of Karnataka and completed his degree, i.e. equivalent degree of Masters from Surasaraswati Sava in Srinagar. Vastu Shastra expert. Abhigya is the youngest Vastu expert in the world. And designing also makes improvements to the properties. He has a bachelor's degree in Vastu Shastra from Maharishi Vedavya's International Virtual Vedic University. Now they offer professional services of consulting astrology and Vastu counseling, and their clients are spread all over the world. Apart from this, according to the familiar Vastu Shastra, they also design properties like factories, buildings, office space, and residential houses. Ayurveda Karya. Abhigya Anand has also done a postgraduate diploma in Ayurvedic microbiology at the young age of 14 years. Along with studying Ashtanga Hridayam and other codes, he has studied the effect of junk food and modern lifestyle on the body. He has given lectures in more than 100 schools and colleges on this important subject, including IIM Ahmedabad, PSBB Chennai, etc. Abhigya Anand predictions that have come true. November 4, 2019 to end April 2020 will be a window of disaster for the whole world. Gold prices will rise, ESP, after NOV-19, and will be at risk at March 20 end. Economic disasters will happen. All major currencies will come down tumbling and lose their value against gold. Share markets will collapse. Airlines, automobile industries will suffer severely. There will be widespread diseases across the world. Countries on both northeast of India, China, Korea, and northwest of India, US, Iran, will be severely affected, main country being China. Rich countries will be the ones most severely affected by this war. Economically, the war will cost trillions of money, and that will debilitate the world's economy. Countless lives will be lost. Others that went off tangent. Mention of US-Iran war, India-UK war. Mention of escalation in oil prices. Mention of Hiroshima-Nagasaki-like situation. Mention of N-Korea rather than S-Korea. Limitations. No mention of biological war. No mention of Europe. 7 methods to solve the coronavirus crisis. 1. Belief in God. Anand believes that although people have different religions, they should not harm each other, but believe in and love everything that he has created. Humans should love nature, love animals, and stop harming animals and the earth. To help lives, save human and animal lives. 2. Enhance immunity. Anand pointed out that our immunity is used to fight the virus. We must be exposed to sunlight and fresh air, because sunlight can destroy the new coronavirus. At the same time, he reminded human beings not to indulge in electronic technology, and do more exercise to enhance their own immunity, then your immunity will be enough to resist and kill the virus. 3. Unite and spread positive emotions. Anand said, "This time I want to warn everyone in advance. With my meager, prudent, and humble observations, all I can do is observe the sky and explain my analysis to everyone, but in the end everything is in the hands of each of us. We must stand together and be better prepared for the future so that we are full of positive energy. Sometimes we have negative emotions." Anand said, for example, "Many media will try to create panic with my own predictions, but what I did was to warn everyone about what is about to happen." He said that warnings were raised before, but not many people were observing. Now more people are paying attention. I hope I will benefit and influence more people to do things well. For financial management and investment, due to the poor living environment in India, some places may require 20 households to share a toilet, which is a bad environment. The investment that Anand said refers to the ability to own a larger place, ensuring that there is enough space to relax, breathe, and live freely. 5. Grow food. Anand encourages everyone to help each other grow food. Try to grow various crops at home or buy seeds to plant in the farm. In addition to being naturally free of harmful substances, it can also prevent food from being monopolized in the future. 6. Pay attention to mental health. Today, many people are affected by repeated epidemics and feel depressed. For example, people who are restricted by the lockdown have no sunshine, no contact with the public, or suffer a lot. Anand urges everyone to spread a positive attitude, hold positive ideas, and help people connect with nature. 7. Integrate with nature. Anand said that we are making choices in Ayurveda's natural therapies, as well as symptomatic treatments and scientific methods. For a better future, we must choose the right way. Anand said that people who choose to be close to nature bring great benefits. Recently, Abhigya Anand has predicted that something worse than this pandemic will hit the world on December 20, 2020, and will have its effect till March 2021.